Welcome to Builder Information Systems Video Learning Center. This tutorial will cover the inventory allocation enhancements made to the inventory module. Builder Information System has extended the use of GL accounts for inventory allocation. That is, an item can now be designated on a PO or vendor invoice to go directly to a job cost account and not affect the inventory item's quantity on hand. We will use the following example. An order is placed for 20 pieces of an item and 15 pieces are needed to go directly to a job site. The remaining 5 will go to the warehouse for stock. On either the PO or vendor invoice, this is done by using a job cost GL account for the 15 items and the inventory account for the remaining 5 pieces going to stock. These are entered as separate line items on the same transaction. The 15 pieces will post directly to the job and not show as quantities on hand in inventory, eliminating the need for any inventory adjustments. Upon receiving the invoice for 20 pieces, only the 5 will increase the inventory quantity. First, note that this functionality is an optional setting which must be activated in system-wide parameters. To access the system-wide parameters, select the system-wide parameters link in the white area of the My Desktop Administrator folder, or go to Administrator and select System-wide Parameters in the menu. On the IV tab, click the Allocate Inventory to Non-Inventory Account checkbox. Save the changes in system-wide parameters. The first use of an inventory account for an item will set the account as the default and cannot be changed unless all activity for that item is deleted. First, we will view the related inventory report's quantity on hand for the inventory item we will be using in the example. Now we will create a vendor invoice using an existing inventory item to represent our example. Initiate a vendor invoice and enter the required information on the upper portion of the form. Enter the first line item using the job cost GL account. Enter the quantity of 15, which will be associated to the job and cost code. Next, enter the second line item using the item's default inventory GL account. Enter a quantity of 5. Save the transaction. We will now view the inventory report again. Note the quantity has increased by 5. Viewing a related job cost report reflects the cost of the 15 items to the job. Let's now look at the same example as a purchase order. With the purchase order created, viewing the inventory activity history report reveals the on-order quantity is 20, and viewing the job cost status report reflects the committed cost of the 15 items to the job. Typically, an asset account is used as the default inventory account, and this is set in the system-wide parameters on the IV tab. BIS will allow you to use a non-asset account as the default, or you can leave it blank. However, this is not recommended. BIS also allows a non-asset account as the default in the inventory item's master record. You can also leave it blank, but a pop-up message will ask you to select a default account when the item is used for the first time. If a non-asset account is used as a default, like a job cost account for materials, BIS will post the usage to job cost, and it will affect the quantity on hand on the inventory reports. For that reason, it's not recommended to use a non-asset account as the default inventory account. Also be aware that the first use of an inventory account for an item will set the account as the default, and it cannot be changed unless all activity for that item is deleted.